Welcome to a cruise ship heist. Chapter 79, Late Night. I have never seen such a show. An adult show so crafted that none of the audience could be offended, though I can understand why children are not allowed. We're standing by a table against the back wall of the empty club with other members of the entertainment team. You found her? Keep an eye on her. She disappears, that one. Roger, the guy from the dressing room, says. Thank you. Your membership is safe. But yours isn't, I hear Georgie say behind me. I turn to discover she has half a smile. Maybe I'm being let back in. Look, I'm sorry about today. We were both under incredible pressure. Knowing Owlie is looking on in amazement is off-putting. Let's talk tomorrow. She leaves. An elastoplast has been applied. Dad, that's Georgie, she whispers to me. You can't. She has a partner. Partner? I question. Who works on the ship, in the spa. You're way off base. On the ship, now. Maybe not now. She's on leave, but she'll be back. She. I wasn't going to drink tonight, but I flashed my cruise card. Her name is Bedriska. She's Russian and tough. Her nickname is K, short for KGB. I can see the parallel with you. Owlie smiles. She must go for your type. I'm not frightening, I defend. Dad, you were trained to be frightening. I like that you're tough. Please stay with Jill. Maybe Georgie is conflicted about having two lovers. We did make love. We just bought a house together. Bedriska can't board before Madeira. I've got 5 days. 5 days to do what? Break up a relationship? Or focus on being the foil for a cabin raid on Jill? Georgie beckons me and Owlie to join her and the comedian. With my arm around my daughter, we step in. I wonder if he's heard the joke about the compliance officer, the security officer, and the retired commander. This is Batman, Georgie says, and I'm confused. The comedian shakes my hand. Great gag. Great gag. Wish I'd seen it, but I'll catch the rerun. I hear it's trending on the guests' phones. I nearly put it in my act, but management warned me not to, he says, ending with a little look at Georgie. It was a military thing, I mumble. Military, eh? This is a civilian ship. Are we being commandeered? He asks. His rhythm does not need the punctuation of an added snare drum. His huge smile encourages laughter. Funny guy, but he is taking a breath. Cruise ships are commandeered in a crisis, and they have to be ready, I answer. Not just as in World War II or the Falklands. Training can become very staid and routine. Without a real sense of panic, drills can become useless. I specialize in adding military-type training to cruise. What I get up to frightens the life out of them, and they begin to pay attention at a different level. Maybe I've gone too far. Maybe I'm digging a hole. Georgie is keeping very silent. She has good ground to think it untrue. Paul, the comedian, leans into me. He's playing to a much larger crowd now. What's next? We gonna hit an inflatable iceberg on our way across the Atlantic? The group laughs. He has laughter Tourette syndrome, but he's right to be worried about hitting an iceberg. Chapter 80. What is next? First sea day. It appears the captain may have had words with Hunter on his new training methods. I heard that in the gym before I came into buffet for breakfast. The first day of the ocean transit, and there will be many stories around. Thankfully, I haven't made the front page of today's news sheet. One has been left on the table. It is strange they still print such a thing when each cabin has a television, and most guests are online. The public address pings. 9 o'clock, and the officer of the watch announces the weather will be good. That means most people will be out on deck absorbing the rays and not watching me in the theatre. A waiter passes with 2 silver jugs. Tea? Coffee? I accept coffee. I have time for a second cup before I change into uniform. The public address pings again. It's the voice of an angel. She's private and yet totally public. She's professional yet sexy, and she has just paused for effect to say that there is a change at 11 o'clock. That's my time. That's when I should be giving my talk. Not to be missed in the theatre at 11 o'clock, I have the honour of presenting a special show. She begins. I will be interviewing some incredibly special guests. I've been taken off the programme. The captain must have intervened. A sense of panic hits me. We are very lucky to have on board the very unassuming but high-ranking Military Special Operations Commander, Kieran Phillips. Where is this going? As much as whatever official secrets allow, we have a chance to talk to the man you all know tested our security yesterday with a leap from the land onto the ship, our unwanted stowaway. Okay, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And despite the free vitamin D available on deck, I have just become a major attraction. However, take not the glory, but consider why it is given. Something deeper is afoot. Perhaps Georgie is dragging out my shows so I can stay on ship longer with her. Or does she want me to meet Kay? When I get back to my cabin, the message light is flashing on my telephone. It's Ricardo, the production manager. I am to wear my parade uniform. Georgie could have told me that. Chapter 81. On Parade. Stagehands are busy setting up. This is obviously a last-minute change at the start of their shift. I previously had a lectern to one side of the stage and a big screen. Neither is there. There are 5 seats in a semicircle and handheld radio mics on each chair. It is a chat show setup. Positions for a small orchestra have been set up on the rear of the stage. But they can't be on with us, or at least I don't think so. They play to their full working hours as it is. To pull them in before their rehearsals at 4 p.m. would cause problems. It must be the backdrop ready for later. There is already an audience, so I dare not walk to the front as I'll become the pre-show attraction. The last thing I want is questions when I have no idea what is going on. Who are the 5 chairs for? Me, Georgie, and 3 others. I still don't think it will be the captain, but maybe Hunter. Hunter is becoming a permanent fixture in my life. If this is about my leap to test security, it makes sense he joins. I guess he'll be brief and there'll be a company script to stick to. Georgie marches up behind me. Behave, she warns me, ushering me away. Use the stage door outside on deck. She takes a place at the entrance, smiling and repeating "Good morning" continuously as a robot would, but oozing far more charm. I wonder if the cruise company know just how fantastic she is, or how lucky they are to have her, or whether they have a cupboard full of Georgies that they roll out as required. I peep through the stage curtain. I've not seen the theatre this full before, not for any show. The lights in the auditorium dim. No orchestra, no drum roll, just Georgie. She walks onto the stage, smiles and welcomes everyone. You all know by now that we have an action man on board. There is some laughter, and she pauses with a smile that holds them all where she wants them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Commander Kieran Phillips. Everyone is applauding as I walk to the semicircle of chairs. I mock a limp, exaggerating yesterday's injury. It gets a laugh. Georgie hands me a microphone and invites me to sit. I'm not a footballer. I won't milk it. That gets me a second laugh. While I've got you on my own, Georgie starts with a tease. All I can think of are the things she has been doing to memorize me when we have been alone. Are you bound by some official secrets act? Yes. I draw out the word. But nothing covered by that would be in the slightest bit entertaining, so I don't imagine it being too much of a problem. However, if a team of men in black drop down onto stage by ropes and drag me away, you know I've gone too far. That would mean we'd have to wake the dancers up especially early, Georgie adds, which gets another laugh. Why would the dancers want to drag me away? We've made a good start, and I have no idea where this might go. So no juicy secret stories? Well, I tease, I know an interesting story from World War II, and, thank you but no, I was not there. It's one I obviously can't be tied to by any secrecy. It's pure hearsay. Judge for yourself. I turn to the audience and try to connect with them. Have you heard the one about the board games in the ration packs sent to prisoners of war by the aid organisations? The audience shake their heads and thankfully seem interested. So I tell them the story of how escape route maps made of silk so they didn't rustle in the silence of the night, and other useful items like compasses were hidden in the trinkets of the Waddington's game Monopoly, and how real money in foreign currencies was hidden within the game's money. It's up to you whether you think it holds any reality or it's just a wonderful marketing campaign, but I love the story. I look back at Georgie. Your first lecture and your commentary through the Panama Canal were fascinating and seem ages ago now. So much has happened. Did I imagine it, or is that look held to punctuate the remark? And is it just a little too long? I could stay on this ship forever if this was my lot. This is my first cruise, and I really can say I never imagined how action-packed it would be. That is the truth. But they will never know what I'm referring to. Now relaxed, I can make out faces. There in the middle of the familiar group of solo cruisers is Jill. Tony K does not look like the muscle. But then never did my Krav Maga instructor, who insisted he should never be given any title, just respect. We have some other military heroes on board. Let me first call our head of security, Commander Hunter Witowski. There is applause for Hunter. He enters from the side of the stage and gives a little sensei-type bow to the audience. I notice he too has seen Jill sitting with Tony in the middle of the stalls. He turns and kisses Georgie on the cheek. We shake hands and hug. It feels like the opening to a Graham Norton show, except we've not been chatting away beforehand in the green room. Sorry, I can only stay 10 minutes. I have a call booked with my boss in Miami and a team to address. Hunter apologizes. I like him. I like his directness and control. We could have been mates had he not involved me in the transfer of the Panamanian drug lord's wife. Oh, that's a shame, Georgie laughs. I might get back during the show, he offers. He won't. He has 2 cabins to search. I know my job is to stop the solos leaving.